a little stressful. I'd have to admit that. Because I'm not... going to film a get ready with me. My bed is made, but it doesn't look like it because there's all stuff on it. And look at that cat. Okay. So that's lots of faces. My hair I am looking at with a microscope because I'm paying for it. Now, if I got it for free, I'd be very happy about it. However, I am incredibly cheap. As I pull down my shirt. Incredibly cheap. So, what am I even going to make this about? I have some Patreon updates to do, and I will do that very, very soon. I'm really excited about that. Oh, don't fall, my God. I'm trying to get like all of the good parts and none of the bad. Like the ugly floor. Can't do much about that. Anyway, does anybody care? Yeah, I'm just looking at myself in a microscope lately. Everything is like hyper focusing on everything. Anyway, I'm gonna get my very limited makeup out because I don't like to overdo anything. Mascara, eyeliner, makeup brush for that. Makeup brush. Makeup. Eyebrows, and my mom said that my eyebrows were too dark. So I've been laying it on thick lately, and I'll have to change that. And I do 2 different lipsticks because one is too light and one is too dark, and that's what I do. I think I should do a story time. The time I bit off all my nails, I was really stressed the other day, and the only time that you'll see me without fingernails and without fingernails painted is when I'm really stressed. In August, I had some really bad things happen to me, but one in particular that was really, really bad. And I had reached out to someone who basically made me feel worse about it. So I was going through some rough things in August. And I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but I have taken like a step back from being in the vlogs as much and like talking openly like this to you. I said a while back ago, like right after I had Abigail, that I felt exposed, and again I was feeling that way. I just wanted some privacy. You know, I am extremely open. If you ask me something, I will tell you, if you're not trying to make fun of me, because I'm just like that. I do have verbal diarrhea, and like I don't tell other people's secrets, but I tell my own. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when you get to a point where people want more and more and more and there's nothing left to give, it kind of makes you want to pull back and not give anything and just shut off. I was in a position where I had been severely betrayed around August, and I was really over it. I was really over it. And you know what? I don't even know, like, it was like my whole world came up off of the foundation and twisted me around as fast as I could go, and then threw me down and set me down somewhere. I didn't even know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. And incredible amount of depression. I was already depressed before anything happened, And like, I don't know how I survived through that. I don't, like, I've kind of even blocked it out. It was so bad, if that tells you anything. And that's kind of my mechanism for coping with anything, is to like deal with it and then block it out.
My tower is done and I really, really like it. Make sure you check it.
Okay, I will.
When you're done with the video.
Okay, thanks.
With the camera on and take a picture, please.
Okay.
Everybody to see, love it. I'm gonna be so happy.
Okay, so, and now I got distracted. I'm hoping to paint my nails today. They're grown out like a sliver where I could get a little bit of dirt underneath of them. So I'm cleaning up the cuticles so I can paint them later. Anyway, my coping mechanism is to like deal with it as quickly as possible, process it in my head, and then forget about it and get rid of it. And even now, like, I'll see things and it'll trigger me to remember, and I just get sick to my stomach and just sick feeling and just really bad. But I, like, all of August pretty much, September, right around up until like the only time I can remember is Halloween, basically. I mean, I was just going through the motions, and I only took 2 days off, which weren't taken off. I was working, but I wasn't uploading on YouTube. I took 2 days off. I can't even believe it. But that was, I needed to work to keep my mind occupied, because when I go through really bad things in my life, I need to be busy, or else two things will happen. My old mechanism would be eat. This time, and you know it was bad if I was not eating, because it was bad, because I actually fasted, and that really helped me a lot. It gave me a feeling of control over my life that I didn't have. I don't have control over my life. I don't have control over anything. Not one thing in my life do I have control over except for my own feelings. And that is all that I can control. That's it. I can't control anybody. I can't control how somebody feels. I can't control their thoughts. I can't even like suggest things to them, you know what I mean? And I don't try. Like, I learned that a long time ago, years ago. Speaking of that, why don't I just talk about that? Maybe. I don't know. It's not just mine to talk about. Well, I guess I could, because he doesn't talk to his father anymore. Zeb's dad. My mom's going like, oh God. We went through hell with him. He, when I knew him, was a loser, didn't work. When he did get a job, he would find ways to go out of his way to get fired or quit. So he never worked. I always supported him. And the only time that he got a job was when he wasn't with me, because he had to in order to live, or else he would have been homeless. So he got a job, and he also would have been in jail because I made him pay child support. He was in arrears, thousands of dollars in arrears. He didn't even pay that much money, okay? Per month, he paid like $200 a month, which is nothing. I paid more in gas taking Zeb to his appointments every week. So, anyway, he was not a good person, and when you're dating a not good person, you want to try really hard not to have children with them, because it will set you up for 18 years of arguing, fights, ill will, ill feelings towards an entire side of a family. But I did my best to stay as far away from that as possible and just deal with, okay, you want him this time, this time, this time. You may have seen him 5 times a year or something. he would pick him up, like just on a whim, like, oh, you're going to Disney and you're not taking him? Okay. We see your pictures on Facebook. You went to Disney. Oh, you bought a big wooden play gym for your yard, and you didn't get Christmas or birthday for your kid this year. So, okay, all right, thanks. No problem. You know, things like that. And my son would see this, okay, because he has a computer, and he would know already. And like the grandmother one year made blankets for all of the grandchildren. There's like 6 or 7 grandchildren on that side because she has 3 kids and they all had multiple children. So everybody got a blanket and everybody posed with a blanket, and my kid didn't get a blanket. My kid was like the first grandchild, and it has nothing. I want to reiterate this right now. Actually, I didn't iterate it, so let me iterate it. There was nothing wrong with my kid. He was exceptional, and he was not just smart, but he was actually a really good kid. Okay, so it wasn't that my kid was a troublemaker or something like that. They didn't care. I wasn't a troublemaker as far as I knew when I was there in their face. They really liked me. I have videos from me going over there, and it's actually in one of Zeb's videos where I'm over there and everybody's laughing and you can hear them talking to me and I'm laughing, and they pretend, I guess. You know, when you leave someplace, you know right away that they're going to be talking about you. There's no tea in my life. Do you know what I mean? There's none. I have no drama. I was not raised with drama. My mom and dad have 0 drama. Come to find out, a lot of families have a lot of dramas. And I've been in 2 families now, extended families, with a lot of dramas. It's amazing to me. I don't live that way. My family doesn't live that way. If we have something to say, we say it. We don't talk behind each other's backs, that's for sure. And that family just like to talk behind people's backs.
Are you hanging a camera, Mommy?
What?
Are you hanging a camera, Mommy?
Yeah, I hang the camera. You have to go to bed, Abigail. It's your nap time. You have to go to bed so we can leave tonight. We're going to leave tonight, but we're not leaving if you don't go to bed. You have to go to bed. Go ahead. I'm almost done with my makeup, actually. I have this, mascara, and lipstick, and that's it.
You have
I've already put primer on.
it? You have it?
Yeah?
Look, Mom.
All right, go to bed. Go to bed. She's went to bed like twice already. I found out that you're supposed to put it right in the middle and then make a circular motion with it. You can learn anything on YouTube.
What's this, Mommy? What's this?
Those are buttons.
What's just buttons?
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll talk about my ex. He's my ex-boyfriend. Hadar is my only husband that I've ever had. This guy proposed to me but never married me. His proposal was so weak. I was working at a chicken restaurant, not KFC. That's really not the only chicken restaurant in the whole world. So I was working at a chicken restaurant in Florida, and he walked up to me and he actually pushed the ring over the counter, and he didn't say anything, and I was like, oh, thanks. Wow, that's nice, you know. Yeah, I'm sure I was excited, but I was like, oh, thanks. This better not be what I think it is. We go home that night, and he's like, well, what do you say? And I'm like, is that an engagement ring?
First time, Mommy. First time.
So damn weak. Anyway, he cheated on me the entire time that we were together. The entire time. And with multiple people. And that was like a time in my life where I was betrayed by a boyfriend. And I think that was the only time that I was betrayed by a boyfriend, pretty much. But I had been dating him for like 8 years. So it was, well, when we ended it, I had been dating him for like 8 years. And we lived together for on and off for like 1 to 3 years or so. I don't know. But the night that I was done with the relationship was the last time that he laid a hand on me. So it was an abusive relationship. His wife now has actually called the law on him for doing the same thing to her. So it wasn't me. And I struggled with that. Like, why do people want to hit me, you know? I'm like one of the best people, I think, to argue with, because like I'll yell and I'll be smart, but I'm not vicious and I'm not malicious. I say smart things, but I'm not mean. I'm never mean when I fight or when I argue with someone, and I'm not a low blower, and I never have been. Like, even in elementary school, I wouldn't make fun of how somebody looks or how they talk or like mock them in that way. Sure, if we're having fun, I'll do that. But if we're like in an argument, I would never do that, because I think that's, first of all, it's not clever and it doesn't solve anything, and you feel really stupid afterwards for saying that, especially if you're like going to continue a relationship or a friendship or anything like that. It's really stupid, and you should feel really stupid if you're doing that. Like, you shouldn't ever make fun of people. I just think that's lame to make fun of someone. And it takes no craft, no skill. Like, when people make fun of me and they say things like, oh, you're fat, it's like, wow, you have zero imagination, because there's so much you could make fun of me for that would actually hurt my feelings. And you're saying that I'm fat or I'm ugly or I'm this or I'm that. Like, really? You have no creativity. That doesn't hurt me. It just makes me think that you're stupid. Am I right? But I'm actually, like, I could make some, if somebody wasn't so mad at me, I could make them laugh at how clever I am while I'm in a fight, because I've made myself laugh before when I was really mad. So I think I'm probably one of the best people that you could ever get into a fight with. And there's, when I'm close to somebody, there's nothing that's like off limits to talk with about. So anyway, okay, I had to shut the door. So I just wondered, like, why do all these people want to hit me when I'm in a relationship with them? Or like, why do I upset people so much that they want to hit me? And it's not me, and I can't think that way. It's completely 100% them. It's not me. So if you're in that type of relationship, good God, get out, because you don't need it. You don't deserve it. And it's not you actually doing it. It's them, obviously. So, a religious experience. You could say now that I'm like super happy and whatever. But Hadar and I have our differences because we're completely different people. And we were raised different. We're from different cultures. We don't even speak the same language. Like, his first language is Hebrew, and then Portuguese, and then English. So it's like, you know, we're not even, when we got together, he didn't speak English very well. He did, but it was very broken, and now he speaks it perfectly. But I know it's not perfect. The way he thinks is in Hebrew, and if I say things a certain way, then it'll come out wrong. and may even offend him. And I've had to apologize several times because I have offended him without meaning to. And, well, same with him. He's done it too, because Israelis, they speak their mind, and they're very honest and straightforward and no BS, basically. If you ask them, how do I look? They'll tell you. They'll tell you in great detail how you look. And they have like no qualms of walking up to you and being like, hey, how did you get so fat? Would you like this brochure? This is my diet grip. Do you want to join? And they have done that to me several times in the grocery store while I'm shopping for food, actually. So, I haven't gotten that recently since I've lost weight, but I'm still really big compared to most people here. Hadar would say no, that's not true, but like I have eyeballs, so I can see that I am bigger than most people here, which is fine to me. Like, I completely fit in my opinion. I think that people probably just think that I'm Russian, and when I'm in a Russian town, basically people think that I'm Russian. They come up and they talk to me in Russian. And yes, people do come up and talk to me here. That's a little stressful, I'd have to admit that. Because I'm not, first of all, I'm not used to people just walking up and talking to me. So how am I going to end this video? Well, maybe by telling you that the next video that we make is going to be me and Hadar together. A video like this, a sit-down video. It's going to be me and Hadar together, and we're going to tell you how exactly we met and the story of how we met. We met on World of Warcraft, just like everybody knows that, but nobody really knows like how we met and how it went down and how we got married and how he asked me to marry him and stuff like that. So we're probably going to do a whole video on that, like how we met and how we got married. It's not like a love story where we were so happy and we've always been so happy. There have been 2, maybe 3 times. Once when we kind of stopped talking to each other for like 8 or 9 months before we got together. And then twice when I was pretty much ready to leave and never come back, never show my face in Israel again. But other than that, we are pretty solid, but it takes work. And we have worked on this relationship for years, and we work every single day on it. And recently, because of the changes that I have made in my life, we have become closer together. Not just because he's really attracted to me now, like super attracted to me, but because we talk and we're deep. We're really deep with each other. We talk about everything and the meaning of things, and we ask each other questions, the hard questions, and we give hard answers, and we love hard. And when I called that vlog Loving Hard, you know, the family that loves hard, it's true. We do tough love, like you can hear in there, they're beating each other up right now. So anyway, we'll talk more about our relationship and how we met in another video. So thank you for watching. Sorry this was long-winded. Maybe you like videos like this. I know a couple of you do, and I haven't really sat down and talked to you for a really long time. And I said in my Patreon video that I'm ready to start talking now, but I didn't actually do it because I had just gotten into the habit of like keeping to myself. But I do want to talk more openly with you, and it's not that I'm keeping anything, it's just that I needed time to heal. And it's October, it's November now. Holy God. It's almost Rafael's birthday. Okay. It's November now. I was still thinking it was October. Anyway, this is how my mind works because I have stuff that I'm dealing with in my head. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.
You aren't subscribed yet?
Please subscribe and like.
Comment and share FoolyLiving.
That's fun.
We're going to do a cooking video, so look on FoolyCooked for our cooking video.
Wow!
That's
Go big!
yeah.
Recyclable.